Alright, this is Mike with Trike with Mike, Texas. So, yesterday went riding with the Plano Lowriders and had a little incident. And I posted the video before, but because my microphones were jacked up, I didn't have an explanation in there. So this is the explanation, and I'll post parts of that video here as well. So we're riding along. And Richardson, they have a little bike lane, but they also have a trail sidewalk. It's a wide sidewalk like this, and it's intended for trail. They just happen in that area to basically take a lane away from the cars and make it a bike lane. But either way, you know, we're going along that in the street portion, the bike lane portion, and there's a little, you know, on-ramp where you can get over onto the trail. Woo, look at all the birds. My goodness, I'm going to get pelted. Man, that's a lot of birds. And either way, there's an on-ramp portion to get onto the trail, and Rich is ahead of me and Pablo's ahead of me, and Pablo goes straight, but Rich decides to take the trail. Well, I like the trail too, so I'm going for the trail. And I didn't see Rich do his thing at the time because I was concentrating on, you know, missing the curbs going into that little slalom of a course. And what happened with Rich is he goes through there. We both went through at about the same angle, but he's ahead of me. He goes through. He ends up, and here they come again. Wow. Just tons of them. Look at this. Keep my mouth shut. And even more. Wow. Kind of neat. Alright, so Rich goes through there and he goes off at an angle, and he doesn't realize, and I didn't realize, it's not a smooth transition. You actually have to go turn immediately left and then immediately right and immediately left, because you're getting onto a ramp that goes down to the actual trail. It appears when you're looking at it that it's all one smooth level transition, and it's not. So Rich goes over, he makes a little jump. Now it's a jump, and he ends up on two wheels and, you know, headed over. Now he corrects it and gets back on three wheels. Oh! Bump! But, you know, it's dicey there for a second. And the thing is, once you're on two wheels like that, it's very hard to turn. You end up going really straight without the ability to turn. And, you know, he was headed straight for a wall. So it's a good thing he leveled out and continued on. Well, I wasn't watching any of this. So I was, like I said, I was trying to avoid the curb. The only reason we got it is because my cameras were rolling. One without sound and the other with. But so I go off about the same angle as him, and you know, I see it like right as I go, and it's a big jarring jump. Oh, bump. Well, the suspension worked, I hope. Basically off a curb, and that was that. The only difference is because my Azub Ti-Fly has suspension, I didn't tip at all. It absorbed most of the impact, and it was a stable ride. And why is that? Well, Catrike 559, which Richard's riding, has no suspension at all. So it's a rigid entity. And the same thing when making turns at speed, especially. You know, if you're turning left, all the force is on that right front tire. Okay? All the force is on the right front tire. That's why you kind of want to lean into your turns, and you know, to prevent you, because you know, gravity wants to take you out if you're going left to the right, with the right where that front tire's got all the force. If it overcomes that force, you're tipping over. So it's just gotta overcome the gravity force before it'll start tipping. Again, that's why you lean, you're shifting your weight to the other direction to offset the force. Well, because it's a rigid frame, that front tire takes all the pressure, and it's sitting there. You know, it's now the tipping point. Whereas with the suspension, and I felt it when I hit that right front tire, you could feel it give. You know, it gave in that motion, and what that does is it dissipates the force, the lateral force on that tire. Same thing with a car. You drive a car 50 miles an hour around the turn, you got suspension to help, you know, cushion some of that force and make it easier to stay on the ground. Whereas if you got a big pickup that's taller, even though it does have suspension, that gravity, center of gravity is up higher and can, you know, easily send you over. So that's where suspension is beneficial on these trikes. You don't have to be riding dirt trails and stuff, which yes, it would be much benefit there, but you can be out. Well, it's nice in the sunrise in the morning. You can be out on regular sidewalks and trails and have something like this pop up. That's not the first curb step down that I've encountered that was not visible to anybody riding a bike or probably even walking. I've been off several that were a total surprise. That if you were walking, it would have been a surprise too. So, you know, and I didn't hit this super fast, and he didn't hit it super fast. We were going 10 or less, but yeah, we had this issue. So I'll repost it here. You can kind of watch and see how it goes. Thanks for watching.